Hi, guys. Great risings, beautiful souls, magnificent souls. Hope you guys are doing. I'm so sorry about yesterday. I wasn't able to get connected because I had some issues, technical issues with my internet connectivity. But I'm on today. If I sound a little stuffy, I apologize. I have an earache and I have like sinus congestion, a swollen lymph node. I'm a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm gonna work through it so that I can get this message out. So yesterday, like I stated, I was guided to put out a message for the divine feminines, divine masculines, male or female, whoever identifies. Hi Tiffany, hey baby, how are you, my love? Hope all is well. Let me put the music down. I got some high vibrational music playing. You know, I like to listen to high vibrational music just to set the mood. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, good. I'm so happy. Okay, so yesterday, I was a little frustrated, not too frustrated. Like I got to a point in my journey where when I'm restricted or when there's a block, there's a reason, right? And I had needed to rest because, like I said, I have an earache, and it has been really putting a damper on my. I mean, not like I feel okay. It's not terrible. I've had worse ear pain. I have a bad tendency of sticking Q-tips all in my ear because my left ear has been bothering me, you guys, and it's been really itchy, and it gets really bad when I'm doing readings. So I don't know. I just been finding myself like waking up in the middle of the night scratching at it. I guess it got infected. So now it's a little swollen. But so yesterday I was kind of like resting because I was in a little bit of pain. And as I was resting and I do my meditations and I do my little spiritual thing, I was just, thinking about how I haven't been alive in a while and I haven't done a sacred soulmate. So I put the intention out there to the universe that I wanted to do a message of encouragement, right? We need encouragement. We all need encouragement. Um, because I know a lot of us have been really tested. We've been going through the motions. We've been really just being, we're going through the birth cycle, like we're being birthed. And what that feels like, if we take the womb, right, and we compare that in tarot and spirituality, we use symbology a lot, such as butterflies, which is symbolic to transformation. Think about a butterfly or a caterpillar going through its metamorphosis process. The caterpillar, um, is supposed to represent a version of yourself that has not been refined, right? We would look at the caterpillar as the old self, this part of the self that you want to shed, and the butterfly as it emerges is the transformed version of self, right? So through the metamorphosis process, there is a death and a rebirth that takes place. And dying to the OU, dying to negative patterns, beliefs, and behaviors and conditionings and projections and learned behavior, and being refined and reshaped and transformed into a better version of yourself, which would be in alignment to your highest truth individually, because we all have our own truths. So I know you guys been going through it. I've been going through it, and me being a divine feminine, which I walk the path of divine feminine because that path is narrow. When you walk the path, when you are guided towards, when you go through your ascension, you're pushed towards a trajectory that is leading you uh, to your destined life purpose. And with that comes a lot of struggle. Uh, Tribulations and trials, right? Hi, Nancy. Hi, Lovely. Hi, Simone. And it comes with a lot emotionally. So much is stirred up inside of you, and you're put in such a place of uncomfortability, so that you are forced to change. Because a lot of times we get stuck in these stagnant stagnancy, or we get stuck in a pattern of doing things, routine. And sometimes we need to break out the routine in order for us to be able to kind of reach milestones or get to the next level. So that's the purpose of ascension, getting you to that next level, that higher level, higher resonance of self, the higher vibratory space that you are to occupy, right? But it's a journey, so everybody's journey looks different, okay? Everybody's purpose and walk different, right? So I wanted to do a message of encouragement. And I know you guys watch tarot videos mostly because of love, but on my channel, we focus on healing. We focus on healing the self. We focus on being the best version of self first before we can attract a partner, right? It's one thing to be watching a video wondering when somebody's going to come back, but are we ready? Are we in the position? Are we in alignment to whatever it is that we are inspiring to have or what we're wishing and hoping for? A lot of people are saying, I want a life partner. I want a husband. I want commitment. I want this and that. Have you done the work to put you in alignment to be able to attract that type of partner, right? So yesterday I started the reading and it was bomb, right? The first card that came out was a personal issue, which is resolution. I wish I could talk, you guys. Let me get a sip of my drink. So what I'm drinking is peach juice, so unconcentrated beet juice. So it's freshly pressed, and it's not from concentrate. Orange juice, also not from concentrate, and collagen powder and green powder. So all kind of green stuff, wheatgrass, bran, barley, and spirulina, kale, etc. So I'm going to take a sip of that. Okay. I need some lubrication. Okay. But the reading was bomb, right? So that is the basis of this reading. A personal issue reaches resolution, and it's going to be different for different people watching, right? Because your personal issue could be different. It could be a personal issue that has to do with your own internal self-worth. It could be a personal issue that has to do with career. This is the card that came out. It could be a personal issue that has to do with family. It could be a personal issue that has to do with relationships. I know y'all watching because y'all trying to figure out where your husband at. I know y'all trying to figure out where your husband at or where wifey at, but this is general. Okay, but if we get love messages, of course, I'm going to relate. Ooh, and it says, don't let pride get in your way. Pride and ego is a big factor in your ascension because, the ego brain, animal brain, right, is going to kind of be this big factor here. Fear is going to induce fear. The ego is good. Like the ego has this positive aspect. So when I hear people talk about ego death, not really possible, but there is a basis of ego death, dying to the ego. It is about surrendering, but ego is needed because we need to be able to fight when we need to fight, right? We need to be alert. So the ego is the id. It's your sense of self, but the ego can trip you up because usually what the ego does is it's wired to protect you. But it does keep you stuck in patterns, especially if you have false beliefs that you've been conditioned to believe. So if there is a change that is required, you have to overcome fear. And I know this is about fear. I was guided to buy this, you guys, when I was doing my mini self-care haul at Marshall's. I saw this and I was like, exactly. Because I've been struggling with fear, and I know a lot of you guys have been struggling with fear in all aspects of your life, right? Because what does fear do? Fear will have you miss an opportunity because you're too afraid of taking some sort of risk or chance, right? Either a fear out of your own safety or fear of failure, fear that you're not good enough, etc. Now, because we have a lion here, we know that this alludes to the fifth house. This is Leo energy. Now, because I'm a tarot reader, I'm gonna correlate this to my tarot card, the strength card. And the strength card is all about courage. So this is so amazing, right? This message here. I keep this here for me, and for people that watch my videos, it's a very powerful message. Courage above fear. Because fear is what's going to keep you from being able to have resolutions in your life to resolve issues or whatever the issue is with you, whatever the issue is, right? Specifically based on you as an individual and your own walk and journey during your own personal self-evolution. So your issue could be self-esteem, self-worth, weight, low. You know what I mean? Like everybody's issue is different. Some people are dealing with poverty consciousness. Some people are dealing with lack of self-worth, confidence and courage issues, or the inability to break habits or addictions or negative patterns. So let's see what this is about. So it's saying don't let pride get in your way. I have Cancer Leo. This keeps coming up for me, and I'm a Cancer Leo cusper. I have to explain to you how my gift works. I'm claircognizant, so I have the gift. It's just I could pull information from the Akashic records or just my own database, right? Because that's why we have DNA. We store information. But anyways, I digress. So there is this duality that keeps coming out. And this is important because Cancer represents the 4th house and Leo represents the 5th house. Both of these allude to children. Cancer is the mother of the zodiac, and Cancer represents a nurturing energy. If you have a Cancer in your life, Cancers can be very mothering. And Leo is the child or the house that represents fun, happy, what makes you happy. So there is something alluding to childhood trauma, the inner child here. Because what does a mother do? A mother nurtures her child, correct? A mother protects and makes us feel safe. Our mommy makes her feel safe. Our mommy is there to hold us and nurture us and hug us and kiss us and tuck us in at night, right? So there is this balance of needing to mother thyself. This is very important. I had a session. It was a beautiful session with a client, and her message was about mothering, and she had a lot of mommy trauma. We have mother wounds where we have inherited karma coming down through mitochondrial DNA, which means the mother line. Blood. When we talk about generational curses, if you're a Christian, or if you have a Christianity-based perspective of religion or spirituality, when we talk about generational curses, that alludes to the blood, that alludes to DNA. And when we talk about karma, why do we come back and have to go through lessons? It's because there is a perpetuating of some sort of imprint, block, a pattern that is keeping you from expressing your highest good or the best version of self, whatever that is for you. So when you're initiated, right, when you become an adept or you become a neophyte, right, it's being pushed into a path that is going to challenge you, to test your perseverance, to test your resolve, to test your strength, emotionally, physically, spiritually, right? Mentally. Mental strength is important, right? How many of you guys have been tested mentally? 2020 has been a hell of a year, right? 2020 has been a year. And we've been tested, right? We've been tested, all of us, right, in different ways. And we've been experiencing a evolution or a transformation on a grander scale, collectively and individually. Each and every one of us that's here. You're not here by chance. You're not watching this video by chance. You're watching this video because you're in alignment to the bigger picture, the greater good of humanity, the collective consciousness of how we're going to proceed into this new era, right, of what people are calling the age of Aquarius. How are we to adapt, right? Because adapting is about change, being fluid and not being too rigid, because things can change. Like we didn't expect to have a pandemic, or whatever, they're calling a pandemic. We didn't expect to have that. We didn't expect to be restricted. A lot of us didn't expect to lose our jobs. A lot of us didn't expect to have deaths in the family. All of the unexpected things that come with change. So the universe is collectively wanting to create enough momentum or enough change to make our experience as human, and to help heal a lot of karma that has been accumulated lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, far beyond Earth, right? Tiamat, or this plane of existence before. Okay, our souls are infinite. Our souls have experience, but with this experience, it is bringing you closer and closer to your higher self, which is consciousness. Okay, the expansion of consciousness. So let me get to the point, because I know some of y'all, I could feel some of y'all. I could feel y'all feeling like get to the point. The point is, we need to be able to use critical thinking. So I do my readings in a way where I'm not going to make everything so easy to understand, because I need y'all to let your consciousness tap into what is being channeled from the divine. We cannot be, we can't think small anymore. We can't be boxed in anymore into a certain level of, into certain constructs that were created external to us. So in other words, with the nodal change to Gemini and Sagittarius, Gemini North and Sagittarius South, this is all about you know what I'm saying, you using information and using your own critical thinking, because Mercury rules Gemini, and it's all about the mind, to be able to formulate your own thoughts, beliefs, and based off of your experience, but not based off of what has been projected onto you or imprinted onto you. Not what society says, not what your parents says, not what your friends feel or think that you should be, but what you have learned through your own personal journey and experience of what your highest truth is. Who are you meant to be, and what your path is, and how would that impact you individually and also on a collective scale. So that's a lot of words, right? Let me know if you're understanding, if you're following, because it's important for us to find ourselves. It's about self-actualization. I'm going to have you guys start taking notes. I mean, these are words that these are common words, but I need y'all to really kind of dive into what it means, right? Self-actualization. What does that really mean? It's about learning thyself. It's about getting connected to your true essence, the soul, not the physical, not what you project out to the external world, not what your parents wanted you to be, or your friends wanted you to be, or society told you who you needed to be, but what your soul is expressing, right? The inner expression of soul, the true essence of you. You. Okay, not by anybody's definition, honey. Okay, not by anybody's standards, baby. Not by social media standards, boo. Okay, the essence of you that goes beyond the meat suit, the physical body, right? Because the physical body is big in our world, in this reality, right? Everybody is focused on the physical stuff, what we own, what we look like, what we wear, right? But we're getting to a point where that's not going to mean much, right? Because eventually we're going to transition out of these bodies. These bodies expire. They perish, but the soul does not. Does that make sense? Our bodies perish, but the soul does not. So at the end of the day, it's not really about the physical or what anybody else feels about you. It's about the essence of the soul that needs to shine through. That needs to be the core of how you're moving through the journey of life. Okay, following the path that brings in that soul growth, right? That allows your soul to express its from its highest, purest form, and that's what I mean by your highest self. But your soul has been fragmented. So part of the journey of being human is to bring the parts of yourself back together and become whole. Thank you for the 10 people that like the chat. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for just taking the time to listen to me speak. That's big, right? Okay. But I hope that this is actually triggering the synapses in the brain to kind of oh, I love spirit. Oh my God. Thank you, spirit. So you're going through some powerful change. So we have expect powerful change. This is what I'm talking about, baby. Express it from your highest and holiest self. You are good enough. Beyond your physical form, beyond your hair, your clothes, your shoes, your house, your home, your stuff, your imperfections, your past, your mistakes, your flaws, your soul. You're good enough. So a personal issue reaches resolution. I had that your self-esteem, your self-worth, there is going to be a healing of how you see self, how you've been kind of moving through life. And when you have blockages and you have a false sense of self, it really makes it really hard for you to have a fulfilling life, because what's going to happen is you're going to find yourself living vicariously through other people or living based off of other people's standards. And that becomes very arduous, because you're going to keep trying to meet these standards and expectations of others that don't necessarily align to who you are as a person. So as you proceed down this path of self-evolution, you're going to find that things that used to resonate with you don't resonate with you anymore. People that you used to feel a connection to, you don't feel a connection to anymore. And ideologies, beliefs, religious practices, etc. You're going to find that those things don't resonate with you anymore, because you're vibrating at out of that reality or that paradigm of conditioning. And I'm saying conditioning because, again, patterning, conditioning, all goes back to cycles, right? Because what is a pattern? Something that repeats, right? What is a condition? Something that's learned over time. Time refers to cycles. There is something that there's a cycle that's been perpetuating in your life, and spirit is saying that it's about to change. So if the issue is money situation about to change. If the issue is low self-esteem, that's about to change. A lot of times this low self-esteem and the self-worth kind of ties into abundance, because when you have a depreciation in value for yourself, it affects your value externally, right? Because energy, what is energy? It's currency, right? Money is currency, energy is currency. It's the same. So when there is a lack of value or depreciation, which means a reduction, right? Something is depreciating or a decrease, you're going to experience that externally, because as within, so without, right? The universal laws. Everything is in perfect balance. So as what you feel inside will reflect on the outside. Okay. And it's a conundrum too, because some people that have low self-esteem, low self-worth, they're able to manifest a lot of money, but that comes from a different type of space. But I'll talk about that in another live. But for the basis of this reading, if you've been having an issue, whether it be family, friends, finances, career, love, etc., there is a resolution, but you have to let go of pride. Can we get 3 clarifier spirit for the 3 cards on the table for the people? Now, this is a soulmate reading, and I know you're probably thinking about the title. Yes, Sacred Soulmates is talking about your sacred soulmate journey. But remember, our soulmates come in many forms. Parents, siblings, friends, teachers, co-workers, right? Antagonists, protagonists, right? In our life. So sacred soulmates, yes, has to do with a journey to connecting to your spiritual partner, your other half, so to speak, right? But it also talks about the purpose, okay? The purpose behind, and not everybody's assigned to this spiritual journey, sacred soulmate journey, okay? Some people have chosen to come in and be the characters in your story, be the antagonists, be the villains, and be the hindrances and the blocks in your story. Some people have elected to be that, play that role in your story. That's what a contract is. Some people have signed a contract with you to be the catalyst in your life, to be the person that's going to trigger this powerful change, right? You may have had a contract with a parent that says, I'm going to abandon you as a child, right? And you may be an adult thinking back to your childhood, like, why did I have to go through that? Why did my parents, or why did my parent abandon me, or et cetera, et cetera. But as you look back and as you reflect, right, in hindsight, it shaped who you are today, right? So soulmates, I'm talking right now, and for this particular sacred soulmate segment, is going to allude to all types of soulmates, okay? But then I will, Spirit will bring it back to the sacred soulmate, which is your divine feminine or divine masculine. Because y'all looking for your husband. Y'all like, where he at, honey? I know. Because, girl, your girls, look, I've been celibate for over a year and the well is running dry. Okay. I'm not like craving physical intimacy, but I am craving emotional and intellectual intimacy, right? Just having closeness. So I know that a lot of you guys are feeling, in other words, I'm lonely. I get lonely sometimes, right? And I know you guys, we all experience that, right? But I've been a hermit for the most better part of my other human interaction. Give me a second. Okay, I thought it was on Do Not Disturb, but I probably took it off. All right, so 3 cards to clarify the 3 cards on the tip. Thank you so much for allowing me the privilege to help the that watch my videos. Our high priestess is divine feminine, divine masculine, and your highest purpose is to have that realization that you're different, you're on a mission, not only, and that's a big thing. Hey, baby, the 2020. Congratulations on your graduation, with whatever type of graduation you just had, my love. Right? I'll say that one more time, just in case it kind of went over one of your head. That don't even make sense. Just in case it went over your head. Came here on a double mission, not only to be human, to experience what it is to be human, which is a gift all in itself. Okay? But to experience being a spiritual being in a human body. To both experiences out so that you can gain experience, right? Experience is a big thing for a soul. Everything you go through is experience. It's just like when you go to a job interview and they ask you, do you have a degree? Sometimes when you look for a job, they'll have the requirements to qualify, but then they'll say, if you don't have the degree to qualify, do you experience, right? You may not have the bachelor's or the master's, but do you have the experience, the hands-on? It's one thing to go to school, but it's one thing to have hands-on experience. Do you understand where I'm coming from here? That's good, but it's still a graduation, so we're going to give you your congratulations, okay? Let me see if y'all can hear me. Oh, I thought it was, okay, so y'all can hear me? Oh, it's buffering now. Okay. Okay. So 3 cards. They gave me 3 cards, but I got kind of distracted because my laptop is not working properly. 3 cards to clarify the 3 cards. There they are. There they are. Girl, get it together, girl. There they are. Okay. Because they were upright. So communication is key. Your commitment is being tested. This is about your faith. What's interesting is we just had a new moon eclipse, right? On the 14th. Well, this is a powerful message. So with their communication in all forms, okay, and this could also be spirit communicating. This could be your higher self intuition communicating with you. Very important. And if it is a personal issue with another person, i.e., your soulmate, co-worker, friends, there may be some communication that's going to come in, clarity, either physically communicate and clear the air with you, or you're just going to get communication in all forms, right, via